to this reading, to this day, is the importance and value of women. Surrounded in this chapel today by some of the most powerful women I have come to know in my whole life. This most holy day, Jesus appears to women first. And Mary Magdalene was afraid. She wasn't sure yet. She knew what was about to come, but she still doubted just a little bit. Then she ran to get the men. She got Simon Peter, who tried to get there first, but he was a little too slow. But he does get there. He gets it. Mary would get it moments later when Jesus speaks to her. Tell them to go to Galilee. There I will be. I'm so honored that Nicole is with me. So glad because of her mother, who actually had the courage and faith to think outside the box and have me marry her and Diego. One of the more joyous weddings I can remember. Nicole and I officiated our first wedding together on Friday, a Latino wedding. She translated all of the parts beautifully in Spanish, although it was half Spanish and half Portuguese, and you struggled a little bit with that, but otherwise you did perfectly. And this couple, young man who we will talk about later actually, he's working for the Board of Education in one of New Jersey's more busy cities, had a slight issue with the law as a young boy and desperately wants to be a policeman. And he's actually a school security officer now for a long time. He came here at 1 year old from Honduras. His parents fled, terrible situation. And he received none of his sacraments because of that travel and journey. In the past year, we would baptize him, give him First Holy Communion, and confirmation. And Nicole and I would marry them. They wished and asked for full communion. And we did it together. I gave communion to the bride and groom, to the bridal party, and to the family. And then, because it was a wedding, we had short time, Nicole went out into the front to give it to the guests, all of whom are Latino and devoutly Catholic. Only about 25 came up to Nicole, probably because she's a woman. And I was very clear. We at St. Joseph's Mission give communion to all. Everyone is welcome at the table of the Lord. That's the whole point to this. But we're making small steps, and we're making them joyfully. But what about for all of us? This is supposed to be the most joyous day of the year, and it is. And I'm focusing on a year of women. My own mother, this is the second Easter without her. My second mother, Leah, the first. My sister is in Pennsylvania. My brother in Florida. Nancy did give me a text this morning to say Happy Easter. But I get it. I get that idea of Lent, of suffering, that all turns into Easter joy. That's the whole point. Even in the midst of difficulties, we stay together. We keep the faith. We do what we're supposed to do. I'm so pleased to have Jonathan here from the New York City Police Department. Another wonderful marriage I was able to do. On the top of Mount Fuji. Where were you married? You were both married at Mount Fuji. Oh my goodness, isn't that a stroke of oddity? I forgot about that. Except we were supposed to be outside for your wedding. We weren't because it was too cold. And I had my back to those mountains and the windows, and a wonderful eagle flew by. Jonathan didn't care about the wind, and I was blowing all over the place out there. But the wedding was just as joyous and just as beautiful. Jonathan and his husband will be going to Europe next month for a little respite. And one of the cities they're going to is Paris. And I said, make sure you see history and see Notre Dame. Of course, I am saddened about what's been happening for the past 24 hours there. part of history, 850 years of Catholicism, of faith, of prayers, almost totally destroyed, but it was not. God stopped it at the end. The gold cross still illuminates. But the streets of Paris are filled with people who are unhappy, that we're trying to rebuild, or at least in their interpretation, we're forgetting about people who are suffering, who are poor, and that the government maybe has given too much to church and God. And make no mistake, I truly believe from our first days on the police department 70 years ago,
Feels like.
it does, that we, and Janice, from your first day at the hospital all those years ago, the point was to save people, to make a difference, to help those who needed a little extra help. I got lost along the way a little bit, but make no mistake, my focus now is the poor, those in the margins, those who suffer. But I believe that they are truly comforted by faith. And when we spend a little bit more time paying attention, breathing with God, reflecting a little bit on sacred words and listening to them carefully, which I probably didn't do as a young man. It is about women, and a strong woman surrounded by her mother and grandmother, read the gospel of Jesus. And I would venture to say, you're probably one of the few women in the world who were able to do that today. So hopefully God hears our prayers. And may God hear all of your prayers this Easter season for resurrection to new life, for new joy. And one last congratulations to Candace in the last row for her forthcoming wedding. Congratulations, and may you be blessed this year.